Anyone can overcome any addiction, overcome any hurdle with two simple steps. I use the same process to go from being a full-blown drug addict, getting high in some form every single day, to being completely sober in just 6 months. Now, I'm helping people do the same thing, change their lives, get sober through my YouTube channel and through my course. Check out the link in the description if you're interested. Now, these two steps is positive thinking and positive action. You have to do both. I'm going to go in depth to each. Positive thinking, it's just what it sounds like. You need to start changing the way you think. See, as you think, so you shall become. The way you're thinking determines what you will see in your reality. It's step one in changing your life. Even if you had everything in the fucking world, everything that you ever dreamed of, if your mindset was still fucked up, you would hate every single second. You need to start using what is called conscious auto-suggestion. See, we all live our lives letting our unconscious mind rule how we are. We've got all these bullshit unconscious thoughts, random thoughts, weird thoughts, bad thoughts, and we just let that run rampant. No, you can't get rid of this. It's just part of being human. But you can add your own shit. You can ensure that most of the thoughts that go through your mind are consciously chosen, consciously auto-suggest. So start saying phrases in your mind that you think you would think if you were already successful, if you were already your dream man. You would wake up and say, fuck, I love my life. Say, life is beautiful. Say, I'm so fucking strong. I'm so confident today. All that shit, you say it over and over and over again. And quotes can be so powerful. Like, as you think, so you shall become. Calm seas never made a good sailor. That sort of thing. Say to yourself, I feel happy. I feel healthy. I feel amazing. Say, when you say these things, especially when you evoke an emotional response, you're teaching your subconscious how you are as a person. Your subconscious is learning. This is how we become who we are, or at least part of it. Of course, our thoughts are only part of it. The other part is our actions. See, because if you've got these empty words, you won't do nothing. So you have to do positive action as well. If you're saying, I love my life, but then all you do daily is destroy yourself through destructive habits like drinking, like drug use, like porn, like excessive food and TV and movies, if it's all just bullshit, but you're like, oh yeah, I feel happy, I feel healthy, I feel amazing, your brain's gonna pick up real fucking quick that you're lying. Even at the start, if you are doing everything perfect, there will be a little resistance. Even if you are combining it with positive action, there will sort of feel that little bit of lying, what people call imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is just bullshit. Of course, when you're stepping into a new persona, stepping into a new life, it's gonna feel weird, just like how you go to a new job. It's weird. You start a new sport, it feels weird, uncomfortable at the start. So what is positive action? Pretty obvious. Good fucking habits. Your life is probably just filled with horrible habits. You need to start doing the opposite. And when combined with positive thought, it's unstoppable. So do things like working out, reading daily. Now I know most people tell themselves, I don't like working, or I don't like working out, I don't like reading. What the fuck do you think that is? Negative thinking. And that's going to just stop you from doing these habits. When you're doing these habits, you need to have the right thoughts. You need to be saying, I'm grateful for it anyway. If you're constantly putting down this habit, constantly putting down yourself for doing this habit, saying, this is boring, I don't want to do this, I'm not a kind of guy who exercises, then guess what's going to fucking develop? Well, guess what's going to manifest? You're going to become the kind of person who doesn't like doing these things. Meditation is another great tool, and it helps so much with the positive thinking. In fact, all these actions will help with the positive thinking. Exercise will raise your vibration. Reading will help you learn new things, help you escape from this fucking world temporarily without having to calm down, without fucking getting that regret. And meditation is so powerful for the mind because it lets you drop all of it. And it makes this conscious auto-suggestion far easier. You see, most people think that they are their mind. They think they're this talking, this yapping that's going on in their head, and that is why their life is not going the way they want it to. Because they think their thoughts, their feelings, this is just internal noise. That's all it is. You need to learn to witness it from your true self, which is just pure awareness, pure witness. And the only way you can even understand what I'm saying right now is if you meditate. You can never understand this intellectually. This is not something the mind can understand because this is moving past the mind. You need to meditate every single day. Every single day. And yes, it'll be hard at the start. No, it won't completely change your life instantly. But just like everything that's good, it takes time to grow. I remember the first time I ever meditated. I was just in the depths of addiction. I was doing butane, lighter fluid, lighter gas, the shit and lighter. I was fucking sucking it to get high. And I really fucked you up for a few seconds. I was so addicted to this shit. I was doing it every day at one point, on top of all the other fucking drugs and drink that I was doing. So my mind was just curdled. My mind was fucked up. And I needed something. I kept praying. I kept begging for something. And the world just seemed to be crushing me again and again. And I seen that ad for Headspace, a meditation app, which I still use to this day. And I sat down. I tried it for 10 minutes. 10 fucking minutes. When I opened my eyes, my whole life was changed forever. All the bullshit just gone. I experienced a new feeling I never had. Because I was so used to hearing the da 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 all throughout the day, which I'm sure you can relate to. Now it might not be so drastic when you try it the first time, because your mind might not be as fucked up as I was. See, that's the great thing about negativity, about adversity. Like when my mind was so fucked up, when I was in the depth of addiction, you see, every adversity has the seed of an equal or a greater benefit in it. Just like how I was so depressed, I just hated my life, I was doing all these horrible habits, and that led me to changing my life completely. Not just doing this pitter-patter like most people do, like, I'll go to the gym today, I feel like it, kind of feel like meditating, fuck, I'll do it. No, I needed to change. That fire was so fucking strong, so I needed to make a complete 180. And now look at me, way ahead than everybody else. Breath work is another great fucking tool. I've only started doing this recently, right? But it is so powerful. It gets you these fucking states that are almost like a drug, especially if you do it for like long, like 30, 40 minutes. I know that's unreasonable for most people. But honestly, I recommend everyone try it. Right now, I just really watch this one guy called Breathe with Sandy. He seems to be the best one, most popular one on YouTube. So just Google it. It's completely free. Google Breathe with Sandy. And do maybe, 10, 20 minutes. Honestly, they bring you in such a great state, especially when you're feeling so low. Because sometimes when you're meditating and you feel low, it's hard because you just almost want to be negative, and it's harder to just focus on the breath, like, or whatever object you're using as your meditation. But when you're doing that breath work, you're doing big deep breaths, you're holding your breath. It's hard to think. It's hard to fucking yap when you're doing all that shit. Same with exercise. Well, just one thing about meditation, I do recommend getting an app. You can do it on your own, but honestly, something like Headspace, which is paid, but it's free for like 30 days. And then Medito, which is completely free. I just recommend 100% at the start because it talks you step by step by step on how to do it. And in my course, I have a few guided meditations if you want to check them out. There's just a little bonus in my course. The course isn't about meditation. As I said, it's about changing your life, dropping drugs, getting sober so you can achieve your goals. Now, one warning about this. This is not going to be, even though it's a simple process, it's not easy. You have built up this habitual routine of being negative through your thoughts, through your actions, and therefore through your energy. You need to start changing now, and you've got no option. Nobody wants to live in this negative state their whole fucking lives. So yes, it will be difficult, but what the fuck else choice do you have? Do you want to be depressed, some low life, your whole life just living a miserable life, and then you die? Just as having to escape fucking reality through the weekend, through daily use, whatever it is, and then you just die. Is this the life you want to live? You know, I got a friend, well, old friend, I don't really talk to him anymore, that's just like that. It just almost fucking seems like he doesn't want to get better. And I've tried so many times telling him that escaping through this fucking bullshit is not the way. You need to go into the good habits, but he doesn't do it. It's unfortunate. Not everybody is ready to grow. But if you've watched this far, you are. And the best way to grow is to learn from someone else who's made the mistakes that you're trying to fix. That is what my course is about. I put all my mistakes that I made over these years of being a drug addict, drug abuser, I put them in this course. Right now I'm doing a pre-sale. I haven't fully finished the course, so I'm selling it for half the price. If you join now, you get half the price. But after I create it, I'm going to double the price. Honestly, this is the best way to change. If you want the sort of mindset that I have, then you need to get that course. You need to start learning from the people that you admire. If you don't admire me, if you don't want to be like me, don't get the course. Don't watch my videos. Never, ever, ever take advice from someone you don't want to be like. If that's you, just close the video, move on. But I'm just done letting so many people waste their life do things like drugs and drink. See, these things, they're just holding you back from your true purpose. Vices are just hurdles in the way to your goals. But so many people get stuck and caught in these vices and they think that's life. People say live a little and they'll fucking go and do drugs. It's so stupid. It's the old way. The new modern way to live is to be sober. Remember, you're better than that bag. You're better than that fucking bottle. It's time to wise up.